We are less than 48 hours away from NBA free agency being tipped off, and NBA insiders are linking Andre Drummond and Kyle Lowry to the New York Knicks. We'll break this down in depth. I'll give you my thoughts on the veterans, but first, I want to hear from all the real ones in the comment section. If you could only sign one of these veterans, who would it be? Is it the big man? Is it Kyle Lowry? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. And my first thought is there a way the New York Knicks can sign both Andre Drummond and Kyle Lowry? And really the answer to that is it matters what type of money they want to make. If Lowry and Drummond are veteran minimum players, then yes. If it's going to take the Knicks to use their biannual exception to sign one of them, maybe not. But I would love to have a bench unit if the Knicks lose Isaiah Hartenstein or Mitchell Robinson that features Drummond and Lowry. Jake Fisher was the one who connected Lowry to the Knicks. He says this, quote, Bridges always had an eye for New York, sources said, especially after the Knicks added Donte DiVincenzo last summer following the February 2023 deadline that brought Josh Hart through the door. These Wildcat connections run deep, and Kyle Lowry has even been mentioned by NBA figures as a target for the New York Knicks in free agency. And look, this makes a lot of sense, right? I know the Knicks went out and drafted Tyler Kolek, but they could still use a veteran point guard to back up Jalen Brunson. The Knicks were actually in on Kyle Lowry this season. When he was bought out by the Charlotte Hornets after being traded from Miami to Charlotte in that Terry Rozier deal, he was cut. Bought out is a better term, excuse me. And the Knicks tried to sign him. Josh Hart even admitted that he was trying to recruit his alumni friend. Says, I texted his butt. I told him pull up. Told him F with us. But obviously, that didn't happen. So F him. Pretty funny stuff there. But I do think that the Knicks could use a veteran point guard on this team. And I think it's just safe to say that obviously the best days for Kyle Lowry are behind him. But I do still think he could be a productive player in this league. After being traded from the Heat to Philadelphia, he was solid for them. 8 points per game, almost 5 assists. And he's still an efficient player. He's a gritty player. He finds ways to win. And I actually thought in the beginning part of the series where the Knicks beat the Philadelphia 76ers, Lowry played good. Remember game 1? He had 18 points for 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 of 9 from the field, and 4 of 7 from 3. I just think adding another veteran that's a championship, that knows how to play big in big games, been there, done that, could help a young team like the Knicks, especially off the bench. But the main reason is you can never have too many Nova Knicks. And if you played for Nova and you're in the NBA, I'm always going to give you the benefit of the doubt on if you should be a member of this team. I wouldn't pay him big-time money. I'd try to get him on a veteran minimum or a biannual deal. And hopefully, Kolek takes over for Lowry as the season progresses. But it would always be nice to have another veteran on this team as you do get into that final tournament. We'll talk about Andre Drummond around the corner, but first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you join us live for NBA free agency. We're going to be live on Sunday, probably live on Monday, and even on Tuesday. So subscribe and turn the notifications on and help us catch the Los Angeles Lakers Report, another NBA channel here at Chat Sports. We're trying to catch them, and the only way we will is if people who have never watched this channel subscribe. Analytics tell me 50% of the viewers do not subscribe. Help me out. Let's take down LA because we're the best franchise in the NBA. From Lowry to the big man Andre Drummond, Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype says there's also an outside chance the Knicks make a run at Andre Drummond. And if the Knicks lose Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency or they're able to re-sign him and then they have to trade Mitchell Robinson because of that due to some cap conflicts, I think Drummond is actually a solid bench big for the New York Knicks. He is what he is at this point, which is one of the best rebounders in the NBA. Last year for the Bulls was kind of a renaissance and a reemergence for Drummond, the former UConn guy. 9 points per game. He's giving you 9 rebounds as well. Also 2 offensive rebounds per game. So he fits that mold of Mitchell Robinson, who is the best offensive rebounder in the league. Drummond is one of the best rebounders in NBA history. Not much of a defender, but because of his sheer size and the athleticism that he does have, he can protect the rim and he can make players have to make tough shots around the basket. And he's pretty much just a lob or dunk threat on offense. I think he'd be a solid player off the bench. And look, he's not Mitchell Robinson. There is no doubt about that. Robinson, in my opinion, is the best rim protector, the best offensive rebounder in the league and one of the best rim protectors this league has as well. But I just don't really see a way where Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson are back. I'd be shocked, and I would be pleasantly shocked. I want that to happen. I want the top 9 for the New York Knicks to be Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Donte DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. I want those to be the players that are on this basketball team. I just don't know if you're going to find a way with the way the salary cap works to have Robinson and Hart. But if you have Brunson, Mikal, OG, Randle, Hartenstein, Deuce, Donte, Josh Hart, and Mitchell Robinson, it's the best top 9 in the league. And I do think you could compete. But if you lose out on Hartenstein or whatever you also do, maybe it's trade Robinson, whatever may happen and unfolds over the next couple of days, some players I have heard that are linked to the New York Knicks. This comes from Michael Scotto. I haven't heard much about Valanciunas. I heard a little bit about Richards, but I have heard for a while that Patate is a player the Knicks could target. Scotto backdoors that as well. All 3 of these players are free agents. I would assume Valanciunas gets the most money, with Patate coming in 3rd and then Nick Richards coming in 2nd. I'd be fine with any of these players. I think Patate is the one that probably gives you the most strength that you may be lacking. Valanciunas, the most offensively skilled player of the bunch, averaged almost 13 points per game last year. And Richards, an underrated player. He's probably a little bit of a mix between Patate and Valanciunas. Big and strong, can score a little bit as well. Neither of them are elite shot blockers. Patate probably the one that guards the rim the best and is able to affect and deflect shots around the cup. And it's going to be tough. Like, if you lose Hartenstein, you're not replacing him. You lose Mitchell Robinson, you're not going to replace him. But you're going to do the best you can, and I think Patate, Richards, or Valanciunas could make some sense. I wouldn't mind having an offensive center like Valanciunas. I'm just not so sure Tibbs wants one that doesn't play any defense or does not protect the rim. If you want the New York Knicks to re-sign Isaiah Hartenstein, like this video. Let's get the good vibes rolling. Let's get the magic juice out there. Like this video. Hit that thumbs up icon for me. And if you haven't yet, hit me up over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. I just want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in to our NBA draft coverage. Over 50,000 people tuned in on day 1. Over 30,000 people tuned in on day 2. Channel's growing like crazy, and it's only because of the real ones like y'all. So major love. I appreciate you, and let's go Knicks.